Welcome back to another GP Fast Forward, Armored Core Edition. We recently got our hands on the base Melander core, Weapon Set 5, and Honest Brute's Milktooth, so today we're going to take a look at all three. Starting off with the Melander, if you've already built the Liger Tail, this core is actually the same. The arms and the core part are exactly the same, with the new parts being the legs and the head, which is at least one more new piece compared to the Orbiter and Nightfall releases. This is currently the only way to get these two pieces, until if/when they released Gun 6 Red's Hermit or V1 Freud's Locksmith. Plus, it comes with the Ludlow SMG that you get for completing the tutorial, with options to make it left or right-handed. It's a simple starter release just like the Orbiter, but we absolutely love this ensemble as a whole for its callbacks to 2nd Gen Emerald and 3rd Gen Crest designs. Moving on to Weapon Set 5, we decided to put more of a spotlight on this one as opposed to the others because of how unique a release it is. Half of the previous weapon sets were repacks of Nightfall and Liger Tail's loadouts, and the other two were some fairly popular weapons, including the drones, Zimmermans, and an array of energy weapons. While the selection in Set 5 seems a bit basic comparatively, it provides a good chunk of weapons that help recreate Handler Walter's initial Hound squad, as well as some of the starter weapons that you use right at the beginning of the game. With the rifle and pulse blade from this, and the missile launcher from Set 4, you can make 621 as you are at the start of the game. You can make most of 620 with the Turner and 2 of the Coquillette from Set 3, but without the right side weapon hanger for the laser rifle packaged with Weapon Set 1, it's just slightly off. To build 619, you can get 2 of these to have both sets of vertical missile launchers and the Turner rifle, but we still don't have an official Gochen grenade launcher. And lastly, to build 617, you can use the Pulse Shield and Pulse Blade from this set, plus the Gatling from the Liger Tail or Set 4, but without a right-side Morley spread bazooka, it's just not quite right. We were also expecting this effect part to just be a thin plastic sheet, but we're impressed at just how substantial it is. Now, onto the main event, we have Honest Brute's Milktooth. This thing is, for lack of a better word, bizarre. For something so chock full of unique shapes, this kit comes together fast. I was able to assemble pretty much all of it aside from one weapon in a little over 2 hours on stream the other day. Even by Armored Core standards, this is a pretty unconventional design, looking much more like repurposed construction machinery as opposed to a combat mech. But here at Gundam Planet, we're suckers for that trope. As such, we didn't really know how well, or even how, this thing was going to articulate in our hands, but we ended up pleasantly surprised. The neck, chest, and waist all articulate just about as you'd expect, but there are some weird little gimmicks in the arms and the legs. While there isn't much of a bend given the bulkiness of these legs, there's a little bit of Bandai smoke and mirrors going on here to give the illusion of pistons moving, with a lot of really crisp rivet detailing and molding all over. The shoulder units also have a little bit of piston movement, giving a bit of side to side in the shoulders themselves, plus full rotations in the arm and wrists and a 90-degree bend at the elbow. Taking a look at the accessories on this kit, the weapons are absolutely massive compared to some of the other releases. I never really use flamethrowers in games unless I have to, so I mostly ignored this, but the Bad Cook is huge, and I'm honestly surprised this tiny little winch arm can hold the whole thing up. On the literal other hand, this chainsaw is ridiculous. You get 2, for the stored and deployed state of the Double Trouble, and this thing is just so much fun to put together and just as nice to look at. It isn't nearly as interactive as Armored Core 5's Grind Blade, which we also just got back in stock, but it is thankfully much less tedious to put together. Getting to the back weapons, we've got the 12-cell split missile launcher on the right, and on the left, the Morley spread bazooka. Again, we really wish these weapons had alternate side parts included so we wouldn't have to wait for a parts set half a year from now, but it is what it is. All in all, this is a great looking kit with tons of little details to appreciate. You'll still need to paint some details in, but the color separation and silhouettes do a lot to make this thing not look like an amorphous brown blob. Plus, this one in particular will be a lot of fun to panelline and weather given its junk scavenger background. To be honest, we genuinely didn't know how to feel when they announced that this would be the next release after such a stacked lineup of Raven, Rusty, and Michigan. We figured V2 Snail's Open Faith or Carla's Full Course would have been next, but honestly, we had a lot of fun with this one. But this latest batch of releases does leave a little bit to be desired. We're still waiting on right-side weapon hanger parts, plus the Melander kit could have easily been Hermit, Locksmith, or part of an Iguazu Raven set. And also, something like Steel Haze or Toos, which would have easily been a triple platinum model kit, is a figure instead. Don't get us wrong, we love that we're getting more Armored Core kits, and it might have been hard to foresee how well AC6 was gonna do, but here's hoping the next couple releases surprise us. As always, thanks for watching.